Morning all, and welcome to week 3 of lockdown and our little mini assembly. Can I just say thank you to all of you who responded to the VLE last week. I've seen that over 170 of you have looked at it and loads of you have responded. I have replied to everybody who sent me a little message, so thank you so much for that. Now, because so many people responded, that has given me lots of material for today. So first of all, let's deal with the hair situation. So there's a lot been going on out there, it turns out. There are a few people who have the unicorn rainbow dream of having parents who are hairdressers. So a few of you have had bangs cut in, for example, lots and lots of inches cut off hair. So congratulations to you for having people with those skills in your household. I'm very, very jealous. And can we just address the elephant in the room that I have done absolutely nothing with my roots because I'm scared. I was absolutely going to do it this week, and then I saw some YouTube videos where people's hair was just falling out because the bleach was too strong. And then I panicked, so I haven't done anything, and I've just gone for a nice 80s style scrunchie today. That's the look I'm going for. And a t-shirt. You'll notice I'm slightly dressed down from week 1. That's what happens on lockdown. So, oh yeah, I dyed my daughter's hair red at the bottom, and my husband thought it would be a good idea to see if it would stick to his grey in the front of his hair because I had a little bit left over. So my husband now has red / it's going pink because it's washing out all through the front of his hair. And if I'm being honest, it looks a little bit like he's going to try out for Green Day. And if you don't know that band reference, look them up. Kind of punk anarchy from like the 90s. Anyway, so Riley Pickersgill has gone purple. Purple seems to be really a big colour at the moment, actually. Maya also gone purple, I think more of an ombre. I think Caitlin's gone for a bit of an ombre look also. Emerson, skinhead. I mean, I'm not kidding, when I opened that file, I laughed. Not because you look silly, but I had not expected it to be so short. I expected like a number 3. No. He's gone for it. He's gone for number 1. He is a full-on skinhead. So well done for that. I imagine that's quite fun watching that grow back and you can just whip that back off again. And there was someone out there also who will remain nameless, but they tried, what colour was it? It was Blue Lagoon, and apparently it's come out a little bit green. I did ask for the hair disasters as well, and if you're ever going to have a hair disaster, now is the time to have it, because no one cares. Literally no one cares. I don't even care that my husband has red hair. Okay. So, moving on from hair disasters. I feel like a newsreader. That was my first bulletin. Hair. Second one is the fact that after my comment last week about the fact that, it gets a bit fraught in family households, and I'm sure, believe me, it does get fraught in everybody's household at some point. The plus side is a lot of you are actually trying to embrace it when you can, and you're actually doing quite a lot of stuff with your families as well. So it was really nice to see those photos. Let's see, I had the Toms, actually. I had Tom Lambert and Tom Maxey been bike riding, had pictures of them, and I know Tom Lambert's been going quite far on his. Tom, I have asked you a little question, how far have you been going on yours? It's not a competition, but it's just nice to get on your bike, isn't it? Especially because we've had good weather as well. Ruby, I also really appreciated the picture of you with your horse. That's something to do, isn't it? And obviously you have to look after it, so that's amazing. Will Hardy, I have to say, really made me laugh. There were lots of pictures of him and then his sister and then someone else hitting a piñata in the garden, which is a Spanish thing. It's like a papier-mâché thing that you bash and sweets come out of it. And they're usually for birthdays, so I'm not sure if that was a birthday piñata or whether that was just a random lockdown, let's have a piñata situation. So that looked really fun. And I did see some familiar faces on Look North again. Now, it wasn't Ben with his charity this time, but it was the Cathedral Choir. So it's really nice to see you guys getting a bit of publicity during all of this. People have been sending in artwork. So I've had DT projects and art things. So Macy sent me in her picture of her... Oh no, she didn't send me a picture. She just told me about her 3D flower. Jonathan's made a desk tidy. Maya's made this amazing... COVID-19 themed canvas. So she's actually designed her own canvas with all different segments that represent different things that hopefully will be a good reminder of what the lockdown actually meant, because I'm sure we won't be forgetting it in a long time, but it's a really nice bit of artwork there. A few of you are setting yourself reading challenges. I've got one person who thinks that they're going to try and read 100 books in lockdown, but to be honest, even if they read 20, I'd be very, very impressed. You don't need to get anywhere near 100. Someone else saying they want to try and read a book in a day, and they're trying to get themselves organised. Lots of people reading non-fiction. I've also got people out spotting satellites. So I hadn't thought of doing that. That's actually a really good idea, to have a look at when the satellites are going to be passing over and maybe see if you can see some. And moving on to my last thing for the session, I think that we need a Year 7 bake-off when we get back to school. We could do it as a form competition with prizes and a little trophy for the form. Because you all seem to be baking. I am wondering whether in a few years' time, when you all start choosing GCSE subjects, if we're not going to have a huge demand for DT food, because you all seem to be really, really amazing at it. So I've had some great photographs and some people telling me what they've been baking. So Nathan in GXG's been baking marble surprise cakes. I didn't know what they were, so thank you for sending a picture, but it's like lots of different, I'm assuming it's different chocolates because it's different coloured browns. I can't bake at all. Like, I cannot make a cake rise, so I'm very impressed with everything that you've done because I just can't do any of it. I don't bake at all. Anaya, you made me chuckle with your tiny cupcake. You had your little hand out and it was about this big. Now, Beatrice, I've learned something from you. She's been making duffins. Now, apparently these are a thing, and they are half donuts, half muffins. So this I did not know, and I will be Googling later. She's also made a paella, which I'm very impressed with. I cannot, and I'm nearly 40, I cannot do paella rice at all. It either goes completely soggy and gloopy, or it doesn't cook at all. So well done, that's a real technique to be able to do that. Emily, she's been organising for her mum's birthday. I'm sure loads of you have been trying to celebrate family birthdays online and in lockdown. It's all been a bit mad. But she decided to make a Terry's chocolate orange marbled sponge cake. I wish I was invited to that. That sounds amazing. Jack Holton's been making pancakes, and Ruby, when she wasn't on her horse, was also baking. Tom Lambert was making honeycomb with chocolate on the top. Honestly, you've all been so busy and it's amazing. And I have to say, I know that you're trying to get through your VLE work, and I do still want you to keep logging on every Monday to Friday to try and get little tasks done here and there. But I love the fact that you're also picking good enrichment things. You're choosing to do the projects that you know that you will excel in, like your art or your DT or whatever it is. But then around that, you are baking, you are learning how to do things. Or if you already knew you loved doing that stuff, I'm so grateful that you are taking the time and the opportunity to actually get in the kitchen and do this stuff. I'm very impressed. A lot of children will never really get that opportunity. So I know that not everybody will have had an amazing week. I know that will have been ups and downs. So I don't want you to go away thinking, oh, everyone else is having a great time, because whilst we are having moments of trying to find things to do, it's not that simple. And I don't think anybody will come out of this having had just 100% great time the whole time, because I don't think that's realistic. I mean, we are all sort of penned in. We're not really allowed far off our streets. And depending on where you live and what's going on in your family, and whether your parents are key workers, whether there's someone in your family you can't see them, they live a long way away, or they're sick, we do appreciate the fact that things are tricky, okay? So don't go away thinking that everybody's just having this great time with piñatas in their back garden. However, try and find the positives where they are, and try and make the positives if you're not really feeling it. So try and find the stuff that you're good at. Okay, guys, have a really, really good week. And if you need anything, just message myself or your tutors. Bye.